Hey babes, hello, hello, hello. So, real quick, I just want to clarify some things, okay? Because I do not like to be called a liar. When I make my videos, I always state that these are my opinions and I am investigating. And part of investigating is pointing things out, debunking them, pointing things out, debunking them, right? So, somebody says, I just saw on two YouTuber channels hospital documents that were signed by Gypsy for that visit, not her mom. They are saying Gypsy took herself. I said could have took herself, but yeah. And obviously this video shows she did not. It's so hard to find the truth these days when so many creators are assuming things. Thank you for this because they had me convinced. Well, first of all, what I was saying in my video, right, was that on the 7th, it was the last day crossed off, right? And then I also said that the papers were signed by Gypsy herself, okay? So I said, is there any proof that she actually went with Dee Dee? Well, guess what? There was, allegedly, right? Again, because I don't know if somebody made this up. So it shows Dee Dee pushing her in a wheelchair. There is a date of the 6/8. But my question is real quick. How did you get this footage? Where did this footage come from? Did it come from the police? Is it part of the investigation? Did you go to a hospital? Did you document this yourself? Like, how did you get this information? Okay, because that's just weird to me. But it's showing allegedly that Dee Dee did push her in there. So, which brings me back to the other video I did about the 7th. Now let's go to the handy dandy drawing board, right? Okay, if you look, the last day that is crossed out is the 7th, right? So I've done a spirit box session just the other day about the 7th. I said, hold on, let me go get the actual question I asked. Hold on. I asked, when did it all start? When did everything start? And she said, clear as day, the 7th. And then she said, it is the 7th. So just because something starts on the 7th doesn't mean that's when the physical part happened, okay? That's a very vague question. It could have been, okay, that Gypsy started arguing with her and just having the house in turmoil so that on the 8th, she could get this little tubey thing out of her stomach, right? Because that's what she wanted for Nick, right? She wanted to have sex and she probably couldn't have sex with it in. It probably hurt. You understand? So my whole thing is, hold on. Just because they say a fight started, right? And I don't even know if they say a fight started on the 7th. I think she just said it started on the 7th. Doesn't mean that that's when, boom, 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 she was physically abused. She could have 100% been physically abused, okay? We can't see her. We can't see a clearer picture of her to see if she has any marks on her, okay? So, again, everybody is assuming. Why? Because Gypsy has lied about everything, and I will prove it again right now. I know it's hard to tell, but Gypsy is smiling this whole video. But at 4 in the morning, she texts Nick and says, darling, I'm so sorry I didn't say goodnight. I was made to sleep on the front porch with bugs. Really? And she was forced to pee in a bush because it's been so rough on her. Okay, so don't forget. Okay, in her interrogation, if you scroll to 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 33 seconds, she starts speaking, right? And if you go down a little bit, because I wrote it all out here, she talks about her mom kicked her out. Okay, well, what day would that be? The day she had to pee in the bushes, right? The 8th, right? So she's saying that her mom kicked her out on the 8th. That means, Gypsy, get the hell out my house. Okay, I'm tired of your shenanigans. I'm tired of your arguments. Okay, and then she even goes on to say that she was kicked out. Let me just find it here. Hold on one moment. I quote, Gypsy says, she told Nick to pick her up, okay, because Dee Dee kicked her out. Okay, Nick asked if his mom, if Gypsy could move in, and she said yes. Okay, Gypsy, the liar, yeah, had no business in Claudine's house. She was kicked out. She was kicked out. Gypsy had no business in Claudine's house. Okay? Gypsy didn't leave with Nick on the 8th or the 9th. Okay? No, she didn't. She went back into the house that she was not allowed in. Okay? And that's when the physical part happened. That's when the physical part happened. She wanted the house and the safe full of money. She also said that, let me just see, hold on. Oh, yeah, right here. But how is she with Nick if Dee Dee allegedly smashed the computer? Because remember, in that interrogation, she said the computers were smashed. Oh, but in the evidence, there was no smashed computers. They were perfectly fine. We looked at it the other day. Huh? So I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm here to show you. If you don't want to see it, this is not my problem. I'm not here to convince nobody. I'm not here to convince nobody I'm telling the truth either, although I am. Okay, so just because Dee Dee herself said it started on the 7th, and you can see on the 7th, it's crossed out, right? That don't mean that they're not arguing the whole entire day. That don't mean Gypsy didn't put hands on her. But you know what's not crossed out? The 8th. And if this is really from the 8th, I would say the physical part happened once they got home. Because that's when the locks was purchased. What do you need a lock for? That shed? Hold on. Over here. Somebody else said on that same post, you are spot on. Not me. They're talking to somebody else. When you said that Dee Dee kept her underage for the health insurance plan because the health insurance is so expensive. BS, because if she was underage, she could not sign for herself. That's misinformation. The stuff that Gypsy is spreading is misinformation. I'm just putting all the misinformation together and giving you the real thing. A plausibility. You understand? I don't believe she was ever kicked out. I think they were having fights. I think she was at 4 o'clock in the morning sneaking with guys. Okay? And at 4 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 5 or 6 in the morning, Dee Dee caught her in that shed. Dee Dee caught her. Okay? Again, this is all just my opinions on what I'm being led to. Okay? Anyways, have a great night.